Start winning at the races with Daily Racing Form's new Mobile Pass Performances, featuring exclusive buyer speed figures and expert analysis and selections. Go to drf.com/best and get the power of DRF in the palm of your hand. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The feature race at Belmont Park on Saturday is the Grade 2 Ruffian, carded as race number 4. Let's take a look at this field of fillies and mares getting set to go a one-turn mile, and there's a big name in here, 2 to 5 on the morning line for the sensational number 5, Monomoy Girl, 12 starts, 10 wins, 2 seconds. Her most recent race, Mike, her first start off an extremely long layoff, and she did what she had to do to win. It was one of her lowest buyers of her career. Are you worried about that? Are you worried that that signifies that maybe she hasn't come back as good? Or are you thinking that was just a starting off point and she was maybe 60% cranked?
Yeah, I was sort of looking at it, from the ladder perspective there. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. It's not like, based off of that win, she doesn't still have something to prove as they step her back up in class. But I mean, I just feel like when you go back and watch that race, they probably just, had her do what she had to do to beat that field. And I sort of suspect you're going to get a much better effort this time.
There is a short field. There is not a lot of pace. Monomoy Girl has speed. I'm not exactly sure Brad Cox would love to have her on the front end. I think he'd love it if the 1 Piedi Bianchi with blinkers on, stretching out, wants to go. Maybe the 4 Always Shopping will show a little bit of speed. No matter what, Monomoy Girl's going to be in close attendance and right there looming boldly on the turn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't just let her come out of there running, and if she makes the lead, she makes the lead. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a graded stakes race. It's just her second start back off the layoff. There are only 4 other horses in here. If she has the speed to make the lead, put her on the lead.
Piedi Bianchi adds blinkers. She was multiple grade 1 placed as a 2-year-old with blinkers. She didn't fire last time out in the Harmony Lodge. She had a mini 2-race win streak snapped, and a muddy track is usually good for her, but to me, there just didn't seem like there was a lot of closing going on. Was she pace compromised in that race?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly could make that argument for her. The winner of that race, Honey I'm Good, went right to the lead and wired the field. And Piedi Bianchi just never really got involved. I guess her prior 2 efforts were, they were a little better, Dan. I can't say that I was thrilled with those either. I know she's run fine going longer before, but she's not my kind of horse in this kind of race.
Mother stretches back out to a mile. She is a stakes winner going a one-turn mile way back as a 2-year-old. I thought she did some good things in the Santa Monica when she was second to Hard Not to Love, the favorite that day, where she was basically 4 wide and in between on the backstretch, went after that horse and just couldn't get to her. And I think if you really want to nitpick, you could say in the Desert Stormer, she got steadied coming out of the gate and she couldn't get early position against Bellafina. And last time out, it looked like she was moving around just as the gates opened and she didn't have a great start. And then Joel Rosario, it was almost as if they told him, don't get dirty. They kept her Mother out in a 4-path on the turn and she just couldn't make up any ground late. I'm not sure she's a star. I think she's better than her last 2 races, and I think she can actually get close to the pace.
I agree with all that stuff. She's a lot better than her last 2 races make her look. Trouble at the start in both of those races, and you're right about the last one, the Harmony Lodge. She was just unprepared for the break there, and it really cost her at the end of the day. She's better than her last 2. She's got some figures that, especially if Monomoy Girl's not the same, that are going to put her right there, and she'll get the one-turn mile.
Vexatious's big race last year came at Saratoga in the Summer Colony, a race in which she made Blue Prize run, and Blue Prize came back to win the Spinster, and Blue Prize then came back to win the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Vexatious doesn't win very often. Her last win, August of 2018. She's solid on dirt. She's solid on turf. Do you think she wants to go a little bit farther than a one-turn mile?
Yeah, I do think longer distances are probably better. But more than anything else, it's just, she's really dependent on getting the right trip. And, I just don't know if she's going to be able to get it here, Dan. Certainly the last time they ran her on dirt off the layoff at Oaklawn, she didn't get a good trip that day, and it really cost her. She needs the right trip if she's going to beat this field. But I'll tell you what, her good race makes her pretty tough in here.
Always shopping the number 4. I think's a little bit dirtied up. She was good enough to win the Grade 2 Gazelle early in her 3-year-old campaign. She didn't fire as the favorite in the Black-Eyed Susan. I wonder if something physically went amiss because she went to the sidelines for almost a year. Her first start off the layoff, they ran her a mile over a sloppy track. She got caught up in the pace and tired. And then they ran her on turf last time out. And I don't think she ran badly at all, considering there was a pretty good pace going on. I think she's going to show speed here.
Yeah, I think she's going to show speed as well. We'll see what happens. She is lightly raced enough. I feel like that you could sort of hold out hope for her. I didn't love her Gazelle when she won, but you could argue that she was just getting started there, and she's ready, or has to be ready, to start taking steps forward. She was hard for me to like in this race, Dan, but you could say that she's going to improve.
The last time Monomoy Girl lost a race was November 25th. 2017, she's won 8 in a row, 6 Grade 1s, a Breeders' Cup Distaff, a Kentucky Oaks, and she won an optional claimer last time out off of a long layoff, which was necessitated by illness and injury. Listen, it was a workmanlike effort. What do you want first time back off such a long layoff? She's way the horse to beat. We take a look at our top picks. I don't want to have too much money in against her, but if she does stub her toe, and maybe if she hasn't come all the way, maybe Mother will run a better race stretching back out to a mile. But for me, it's either 5-2 or 2-5.
Yeah, Mother was my alternative too. But I just feel like Monomoy Girl, she showed enough anyway, I thought, off the layoff to think that she can still run. And if she can still run, she's just supposed to beat this field. And I'm hoping she can still run, because it would be really nice to have her among the elite once again in the Distaff division with horses like Midnight Bizou. 2-5-3-1 for me, 5-2-3-4 for Mike. It's the Grade 2 Ruffian, and the 4th at Belmont has an approximate post time of 2:55 Eastern. Best of luck.